are the force, Luke.
Impossible.
Okay, he's just trying to give you a pep talk. Luke's being a teenager right now. Too easy. Possible my eye. Impossible I my. I don't know.
I don't believe it.
Yo, Antoine, what's up, man? Didn't think anybody would be up this late, but I figured why not. Dante, how's it going? I'm using a program called Comic Life 3 to do the lettering. Well, that makes sense why you'd be up so late there, Antoine. That's... Yep. You're up till 6:30 at least. This is page 141. 141 of 147. My intention is to finish it before I go to bed. And when I say finish, it'll be like finish the first pass, and then I'm going to spend tomorrow just poring over it and catching all the lettering mistakes and punctuation mistakes and spacing things. Just edit it, before I send it off. I'm really, really close. You mean like just give it to somebody else to look it over? I don't think I have the time, honestly. I've never done that yet. And it would probably be a good idea. I don't have the time to ask one of my brothers to scan it, take the time out of their day, because I would need it done like immediately. So it's just me just counting on myself. This is basically a one-man show, and because I've got to get it to the printer. It's already iffy if I'm going to make it in time. I do get a proof copy in the mail when I order it, but still, I've poured over these things several times on the previous ones and felt like I had it all right. And then as soon as I get it, when I'm reading it, I find a couple of things where I'm like, God damn it, I screwed that up. So, it is what it is. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Rashita and Brushes, how's it going? How are you? Antoine, I believe so. I mean, that's the plan. It seems to be a thing that people enjoy. I find myself getting enjoyment out of it, like while drawing, having people follow along. It doesn't seem to hinder my production or my productivity too much, I don't think. So I think so. You know, that's the plan. I am not sure what it will be. But, yeah. Me and old Chuck Gibson are kind of mulling over things. Not sure what it's going to be, though. I was going to immediately just jump into my sequel to this thing where there are alternate versions of these characters that I can call my own and try to make my own book with my own characters that I can call my own. But, I don't think Chuck would be interested in that, so. Plus, I want to have full control and ownership of that, and I think he wants to do something where we both share in kind of the IP, and if we do a crowdfunder, obviously, you know, it's something we both own, so we'll see. God, I would die for Warren Ellis to do that. Of course, I have to accept the reality that his name's kind of tainted and people might not accept that. And I don't know, I wouldn't care, but, you know. Hell, I'd love to just take my idea and then hand it to Warren Ellis and say, write it, and then I'll just draw your thing, because he's so damn brilliant. But yeah, the next thing will be an original thing. I'm not going to be doing... I actually have future kind of stories on this thing, but it's not going to be my focus by any means. I've got like a epilogue kind of book, just a small one that would completely and totally end the story. Basically involves the Transformers invading Eternia and razing it to the ground and obliterating it once She-Ra and her team are gone. Yeah, Antoine, that's what I kind of got out of it. It was adults doing adulting things, but people sure seem to be pissed off at them. Like, you used your position of power to manipulate, and I don't know if he did or not, but I kind of don't care because it's adults doing adulting things, so who the fuck cares, you know? That's my opinion. It's not like he took advantage of underage people, so he should be able to be writing comics to the end of time, but I don't know what he's doing these days. Broke dudes like you never have these kind of problems. Yeah, right? Me too. Yeah. It's stupid. And from what I read, you know, he got called out for doing this thing, and I read that he made significant efforts to, like, make amends for that. And from what I read, people still didn't seem to care. The people that were out to get him were like, I don't care that you did all this work. We just still hate you that you did it, so we're going to hate you for all time. And I'm like, then I'm just fucking done listening to those clowns. If there's no forgiveness and there's no way back, then why bother? Go away. Fuck off. I'm going to do what I want to do. You know? Of course, I say that. I'm waiting for me to get canceled somehow. Is that Castlevania still a thing? I remember there was an animated series. And you know what's funny? Is I watched the first, I don't know if it's episode or season or whatever it was. And there were concepts, like I didn't know that Warren Ellis wrote it, but there were concepts and things that the characters said. And I'm like, that is a complete Warren Ellis concept. I have heard that before from Warren Ellis. So then I went and looked it up. I'm like, oh, it is. He wrote it, and it was really funny because it was the first and only time I read a thing or was watching a thing, not knowing that who wrote it, but being able to identify who it was simply by the concepts that were presented. I'm like, I recognize who that is. But I stopped watching it because it didn't entertain me. It wasn't interesting to me. That sounds. I would agree with that. Something you notice about Ellis's storytelling is he can take a relatively mundane arc in terms of physical action and imbue it with a high concept subtext which amplifies the stakes. Is that a lot of big words to say he can make boring things awesome? But no, I agree with you. He's really talented, you know. I don't think everything he makes is genius, but enough of what he makes is genius that I'm just like, I like what he does. Oh, do they work? The gray tones, I did it on all of them because these are, I'm doing the final, well, it's not the final 4 pages, but the last 5 pages, 4 of them are just these big character sheets, like a headshot of the character and then a body shot giving kind of like a text kind of explaining the last moments or the last kind of thoughts on the character before the story's wrapped up. And I thought it'd be interesting to do something different artistically, to throw in an ink wash on all of them just to make them stand out. I hope it prints good. I'm kind of nervous about that, but we'll see. Something exciting did happen today. I had a guy hit me up interested in buying all my books. You know, he's like, I want the entire volume. I'm like, well, I've got 1 through 5 done and I'm wrapping up number 6 now. So he's like, can I buy all 6 and then you send me the first 5 now, and then when you get 6 done, just send it to me? I was like, if sure, if you want to go that route, absolutely, if you want to. And he's like, all right. And so he paid for the entire set. So this guy was the first person to buy all 6 volumes, like the entire set in one shot. It was kind of exciting for me. I told him I'd throw in a free sketch of his favorite character. So it was kind of a fun, it's kind of a fun experience to get to have somebody like, I want the entire set, all volumes. And it certainly helps because I've had a massive bill come up. I have to replace my furnace and my AC to the cost of almost $11,000. So I'm like, well, all right. I better start selling my shit. I better start pimping my ass because I need some cash. But it was awesome to sell my first complete set. Even though book 6 isn't done, he's already paid for it. So that was fun. I appreciate that advice, Antoine. I will definitely have to look at that, and in future printings, I might adjust it to see if it'll look better. That's a good advice. I'm not good on Photoshop, but I need to do that. Posting on the Facebook groups. I do need to do that. I get kind of like, I think maybe we've had this conversation where I'm like, was it you who told me like you can sense that I'm reluctant to try and sell my shit? I'm kind of reluctant to, I don't know, hawk my wares. But yeah, I do need to do that. Nate, oi, mate. It is late. It's 2 a.m. for me, but I'm finishing the lettering on this fucking book. Yeah, furnace issues scare me. Yeah, so I live in a mobile home there, Antoine, and my place is 40 years old, and that furnace is original to this house. And I've already got 20 years past its expected life. They say these things have a 20-year life expectancy, maybe 30 if you're lucky. I got 40 years out of it. Now, I only personally got 5 years out of it because that's how long I've been here. So I can't be too upset that it died. I am, because I got to replace that. I might as well do my AC, which is 22 years old. So $11,000 to do it all. And that was not the cheapest price I could get, but like the best price with the best kind of warranty coverage. So sucks to be me. Like, I put all my money in the bank for a reason. I knew this was coming, so I've got the money to cover it, but now it's all gone. Kind of makes me want to cry. Yeah, you're right, Nate. Definitely. Oh, yours was built in 72, huh? Yours is older than mine, man. Mine's built in 80. Yeah, I mean, my place has got old home problems. So I've now had to replace the furnace, the AC, the water heater, the dishwasher, reattach the deck to the house, and coat the roof because it was leaking. I don't know how much more I can handle. Yeah, you paid cash for it, but it's a money pit. Yeah, the older they are, the worse it is. The people who had this place before took relatively good care of this place. So, and I don't see myself leaving it anytime soon. I don't know where it's like where you're at there, Antoine, but the cost of housing is unfucking believable out here. And I own it. I bought it outright. I took out a 401k loan, so I own it. It's my house, and all I have to do is pay the lot rent, and that's much cheaper than anything else, like an apartment or a house. So it's the only thing I could find that I could afford. So I like it. It's mine. I own my home, but you know, it's a struggle. Oh yeah, Home Depot. That's where I work. Yeah, you can pretty much go in there and, you know, get, you know, no interest on a credit line. And it's useful if you can pay it off in time so you don't have to pay that interest. But, yeah. Yeah, the lot rent. But I knew when I moved in here about 5 years ago, I could not afford lot rent and a house payment and child support. I could not do all three. I could do two. And so I had to buy the house outright. So I took out my loan from my 401k and it's paid back. But, yeah. Yeah, it's the only thing I could do. So lot rent, you know, here it's $915 for the lot rent. But it's still cheaper than anything else. By far. I have a little teeny tiny yard, but, you know, I prefer it small because I don't like doing fucking yard work. The last thing in the world I want to do is be out there, like, weeding and mowing and trimming and hedging. I hate it with a passion. Shoot me. But they did a lot inspection here about 4 weeks ago. And for the first time, they walked my outside of my house and were like, looks perfect, beautiful home, thank you. No, you know, no updates required. No, put that away or get rid of that. It was just like, it looks great, thank you. We're moving on to the next one. Yeah, Antoine, that's what I did. Maybe not a, I guess it wasn't a 401k loan. I correct myself. I cashed out. I did a 401k loan a couple years ago for something else. I cashed out some of my retirement, I should say. I misspoke. I pulled out about $30,000 to buy this place for my retirement that I had got set up, and they kick your nuts with taxes on that. But that's how I was able to afford it. Something like that. It was just a hair under 30,000. It was more like 28 or something. 28,000, something like that. What's funny now is the value is probably twice that. I could probably sell this place for 60. It's a mobile home, Nate. So I don't own the land. I rent the land. I own the home that's sitting on. So I pay a lot rent. I pay a fee to have the house that I own to sit here. So that money is just the house. That's interesting, Antoine. I never even thought about that. You know what though, Antoine? I mean, I'm sure I wonder if yours is the same thing, but my house is so old. Legally, it's not allowed to be relocated. Like, I guess past a certain age, it's like it can't be packed up and relocated anymore. It can only stay here or be destroyed because it's so old. And I would never try and move this thing anyway. It's not worth it. Nate, you don't have mobile homes in your country? That's interesting. I kind of thought it was a universal thing. It's just a big, long, rectangular. It's like, what's the dimensions, Antoine? It's like 16 feet wide by 40 feet long, something like that. My place is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. And the room I'm in now is there's the smaller bedroom. I just turned it into my little work office. No, trailer park. That's it, Nate. That's exactly what it is. You know, I'm in a community of, I don't know, a couple hundred trailers. It's just this big land. 12 by 52. So yours is a little narrower than mine. I think mine's 16 feet wide. I think. I need to look that up. Oh yeah, that is small, Antoine. But you know, if it fits you, it's all you need. That's awesome. You're just not as tall as me. Hey, I'm 6'3". And yeah, Nate, I got a roommate in I got the big bedroom with one of the bathrooms at the far end of my house, and then my roommate has the other medium-sized bedroom at the other end of the house, but right next to the big bathroom with the tub, so she gets all that. And then right in the middle is the smaller bedroom that I'm sitting in right now. Yeah, I gotta say, Antoine, having the roommate just paying me cash, kind of under the table, goes a long way to the amount of money I've got in the bank to be able to pay for this furnace and air conditioning replacement. Like, if she wasn't here paying me rent, and I wasn't putting almost all of it into the bank every month, I don't know what I would have done. I keep saying I need to start an OnlyFans or some shit like that and sell my ass online. But I don't know that people would be interested. But you never know till you try, right? Yeah, right? You know what's up, Nate. You know it. I don't care. I don't have a soul that is worried about it selling my ass. I just want cash. Somebody give me cash. I don't know how you could overstep with me, man. I'm open to suggestions of all types. You know what's awesome is my video I put up today on the J. Scott Campbell Wildsiders. Within 16 hours, I had over 1,000 views. It's very rare that I get a video that gets that many views that quickly. So that was kind of nice. You know, the more views, the more ad revenue I get. And I just finished lettering this book. Granted, I still have to do, you know, I have to go over it again and edit it out, but the initial draft of lettering 147 pages, just finished. Yeah, this, well, are you talking about this page that I'm on here? Because it's the final page of the book. It came out pretty dang well. Some people were saying I should make this the cover to the book, but it doesn't make sense for the story for this to be the cover. I did get the cover that I am going to use. Yeah, the X-Men Jim Lee homage. Yeah, it came out really well. We've done a couple of pieces we feel come out pretty damn good, but we feel like this is maybe the best one we've done. Let me show you right quick. I got it downloading. You can see on here the cover. There it is. That's going to be the cover to the book. I definitely agree. It's not this thing that me and Chuck did is a better drawing, but this fits the kind of emotional tone that I want the book to have. This just kind of works best. So that's the cover. Oh, bouncing around. Yes, exactly. You know the one from that classic X-Men. I actually drew the black and white line art to that thing more than a year ago. Before I even started drawing this book, I got that idea for the cover, and I drew it up a year and 2 months ago or something like that. And it's just kind of funny to see it finally kind of coming together. Let me read you the final text on the final page as we see the splash page of this team looking badass. You can tell me if my writing is god-awful. I already know it is, but it says, as a team, She-Ra, Trapjaw, Jitsu, and Strongarm fought together for many years and had many adventures. They became the most powerful and honored warriors in the planet's history. They were last known to be returning from an off-world conflict in which the space-time portal they were traveling in was disrupted and vanished. God, I forgot a line. Where is it? Their current whereabouts are unknown. But that is a story for another time. There we go. See? Little editing right there. So we get to see a group shot of the team, and it explains that now that these guys are together and they're going to move forward as a team, they become the most powerful warriors in the planet's history. But at some point, years down in the future, they vanished in an off-world conflict and have never been heard from again, which leads into the alternate version story that I'm going to do to continue this, where it's my own property, my own IP. Yeah, dude, I started this so long ago. If you had any idea how long ago it was that I was drawing these original pages, like this page right here, page 2 of book 1, I drew this like almost maybe 15 years ago. I'm trying to think in my head, but it's been about 15 years that I drew these pages to book 1. It sat around for years untouched when I was doing other stuff, working for small publishers and going through my divorce. So it's so weird for this thing to be done. You know what? I might need to do that. That's where the money is, bro. People like drawings of titties. And I do too. I've literally toyed with the idea of doing like a Master's End After Dark. Like just a single book of like all the secret adult shit that went on behind the scenes. Just for people who are fans can pick up the dirty sex book. I've legitimately given that serious thought. Masturbators and you. Oh, it almost writes itself, Nate. Oh my God, that is brilliant. Oh. I absolutely need to steal that. Holy shit. Oh my God. Well, I guess there's not really anything else for me to do. There's no more direct first draft lettering to do, so I don't have the energy to start editing this thing, so I am going to shut it down and go into my room. In the desert here in your tin hut. But yeah, I gotta take off. I'm gonna go, I kind of got the urge to like glance at my original books. Now that I've got done with book 6 here, I'm kind of like wanting to revisit the other ones I've done and just kind of like relive the journey a little bit. It's gonna be interesting for me to be able to read all 6 versions in one shot and just kind of see how far I've come and how far this book has progressed. But Thanks, Antoine. I really appreciate it. A lot of you guys have been along the way over this last year, watching me do the lives and drawing these pages, and been part of the conversations and inspiration, and made it fun. And that's a big deal, because it's hard to kind of get through these things if you're not feeling inspired. And you guys have all made it a fun adventure for me. I hope people dig this shit. George Houston, how you doing? You say, are you going to review the books like you do the other books? You mean like my own book? Like when I get this new one printed up, am I going to go over it on the channel? I mean, I will. I've done all the others. If that's what you're asking. Yeah, I'll give it a conversation eventually. The first thing I'll do is just do a video where I show the book and just kind of flip through it and talk about the experience. I don't want to like do a page by page breakdown of the story the instant I make it. Like, let people get it and read it a little bit. I've got a couple of people who are actually anxiously waiting. Like, I know I've got about 5 or 6 people that will buy the book the instant I print it, that have been collecting the whole thing. And they're like, when's the next one? When's the next one? I'm like, it's coming real soon. So I know I've got a few ready to go. But anyway, yeah, it's 2:30 in the morning here, and I'm done lettering, at least the first draft. So I'm going to pack it in and go get in bed. So thanks, guys. Appreciate it very much. Oh, yeah. See my little workspace here. Got my Star Trek toys and my instructions and just shit piled everywhere. Got my cluttered workspace here. So much stuff. It's ridiculous. All these comics and stuff wouldn't be here if I didn't have a YouTube channel, but since I do, this is where I pile them and sort through them and try to make everything make sense. Good Lord. All right, guys, I'm out. Thanks for everything. Catch you.